Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my second holiday palette review because it is a palette. I feel like this is going to be tradition because I have gotten every one so far, and I think I will forever get everyone just because I love these so much. As you can see from the title, I'm talking about the Tarte blush palettes. They come out every single holiday, and every single holiday I review them for you because I just love them that much. Now, this is limited edition. This is called the Tarte Works. Tarte Works of Tartes. Yes, that's a little bit confusing. It retails for $44. It is limited edition. This always sells out super quick. And this year, they changed it completely on us, and I am actually pretty pleased with it this year as well. Now, you normally know that this was last year's. I pulled out last year's just as you guys can see. This is the normal packaging that they have, which I did appreciate the sleekness of it. It did bring a mirror, and it only brought 5 blushes the last 3 years, with the exception of the very first year it brought a bronzer. So other than that, you get 5 blushes, and each of these blushes were 0.15 ounces, so you got a lot of them. I also pulled out an individual blush just so you guys can see that this is 0.20, so each of these is 0.15, this is 0.20, so a full size is $28, and this was $44 as well. You got 5 more ounces in an individual, but you get 5 of these, so you know that this is a good deal. This year, what they did to us is they switched it to a round packaging. And not only did they do round packaging, but they gave us double the amount of blushes. Can I just tell you guys, when I saw this, oh my goodness, I knew that I would be saving my money for this one. Now, normally you get the 5 blushes. This time around, you're going to get 10 blushes. They are eliminating the mirror, which I am perfectly fine with, you guys. Mirrors are a dime a dozen, so I'm not concerned about the mirror at all. The packaging is round. I know that it's not magnetic, so you have to really stick your finger in there, and if you have a hard time with that, you may chip a nail, but it's not super hard. And I can't say that I would well, it's heavy enough for me to say it's okay to travel with. It's not one of those ones where you really can't hear it click, where it's going to open up. So anyway, these are the blushes, as you guys saw up close and personal. They have between glittery ones, shimmery ones, satin, and matte blushes. So you get a nice variety of finishes. You do get this flap in here to separate both of them. I don't know how long this flap is going to last. For those that use this on a daily basis, I don't know how long it's going to last. I do appreciate that they put the names of the blushes on the actual palette. That's another thing that we hollered and raved about 2 years ago that they didn't do. So I'm very happy that they did that this year as well. I have been using this palette, as you guys can tell, and I am very happy. There are 2 blushes that I'm like, they're kind of like blush toppers to me. I kind of try to use I use both of them in different instances, but they really didn't show up on my skin. I have a feeling I'm going to end up using them as eyeshadows, to be honest with you. So those 2 I'm a little bit bummed about, but if you mix them, I guess, with other colors, it won't be so bad. And the 2 colors I'm talking about, as you guys can see, it's this one up here called Idol, and then the bottom one right here called Crafty. Crafty is a lot lighter than Idol. Idol's more of a bronzier color, and Crafty is more of a vanilla shade. Both of them have this sheen, kind of like iridescentness to them. See, it would turn out to be a beautiful eyeshadow. Like, that would be a beautiful eyeshadow. But as far as a blush, I don't see that. Maybe very fair toned, or even deep skin tones can use it as a highlighter. So, because it'll show up. For me, it really didn't show up. I had to put a highlighter on top of it. It didn't really show up, but the other ones are just amazing. I'll run right through them. This one is called Mod, and this one's a matte. This one's Deco, a matte as well. This one's Surreal, a matte. Culture, which has a sheen to it. And it reminds me of Glisten in their permanent line. Idol, which is a shimmer or sheen as well. That does have a sheen to it. Concept is more of a satin finish, I would say. Icon is matte. Montage is matte, Ironic is matte, and Crafty, I would call this more of a glitter topper because this has the most glitter out of all of the blushes. Yeah, you could definitely see the glitter flexes on that one the most compared to Idol. Now these individual ones, as you can tell, are round, and you can see that they are smaller from previous years because obviously they're giving you, let me not blind you, obviously they're giving you double the amount of blushes. And also let me show you the one that I have here. This one is a standard one. And see the difference between the two? Again, this is 0.20 ounces. So you want to know how much you get in each individual blushes. You get 0.08 ounces, 0.15 in each, and the standard one is 0.20. So you're almost getting half of a Tarte blush because 0.10 would be half of one. So you're almost there. So it's not too bad. And this is still the same price as this, $44 each. So they didn't even raise the price, which I love. I love the fact that they did not raise the price. I have worn these. I've worn multiple colors on my cheeks. I am wearing today, I believe, oh goodness gracious, I can't remember. I think I wore Icon today. I think that's the one I'm wearing today on my cheeks. I've worn all of these. I've worn them every day. I have had hot days still in my area in where I live. And then I have cooler days like today, and they perform just as great as your normal Tarte blushes that everyone's well aware of and the limited edition ones. I don't feel like these are so hard to pick up pigmentation out of them as the older versions of them are. You can really get pigmentation out of these and not have to build it up too much. You probably will see it in a demo that I will continue to wear this. This is going to be a palette that I think I'm going to use for a very long time. It's also great for those that are makeup artists. You can use this in your kit because you get 10 different varieties for all different type of skin tones, different type of looks, different type of finishes for those that you need it. So this is great also for makeup artists, for those that travel, or for those that do not own any Tarte blushes. Now keep in mind, as a makeup junkie myself, I owned a lot of Tarte blushes. So the variation of them, you can only do so many mauves. You can only do so many peaches and neutral colors. So just keep that in mind when you are looking at this palette. Is this something that I am going to use? I think it's 110% worth it. Worth the price all around, worth the quality all around. The colors are absolutely beautiful. But just take a look at this just to make sure that, am I going to wear these eyeshadow or wear these blushes? Do I have enough mauves? Because you do get the majority of these down here are mauves right here. This one's more of a neutral color right here. And then you get that bright peach, which reminds me of Tipsy, you know, Glisten. So you do get those that are kind of similar. But if you don't own any Tarte blushes, I always say this every year, this is a great way to take advantage of it. As a gift, I'm really honestly considering getting more of these as gifts for Christmas because this is such a great deal. And you know that every year I tell you guys, during the VIB sale, this is going to sell out. So if you want to get it, make sure you get it right away. If not, get it before because it will sell out. I always say this story with the first year, I believe it was the first year, the cuff one, I ended up getting mine in Manhattan because I traveled all the way up to Manhattan for a nice day with Mr. Man, and I dragged him to about 7 or 8 Sephora's to get that palette because I wanted it that bad and I missed out on it. So if you really want it, get it. I think it's great quality. Again, I think it's worth the price. You get almost half of a full size blush in each individual times 10. So I think that is such a good deal. Who goes through a whole blush? I know I've seen people try to pan Tarte blushes and it takes them forever to go through. So I know that I'm going to have these for the rest of my life. They'll probably be inherited to my kids because I will probably never go through that palette. So anyway, I definitely give this a 2 thumbs up. I rave about this every year and I am always hesitant that maybe next year might not be so good, but they just knock it out of the park every year. So I'm very, very happy with this purchase. I'm pleased with it. It's a great holiday palette to pick up if you are looking for something, or as a gift, it is an awesome, awesome gift. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you did like it. I will catch you guys in my next video. As always, I will link this palette down in the description box, and if you are interested in it, really consider it, because it really does go by quickly, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody complain if they have purchased it that they didn't like the palette any of the years that I have reviewed this. So that's a lot to say, because we're all different. We all have different skin tone, very oily skin, and these are one of my top favorite blushes formula ever of all time. So anyway, I will catch you guys in my next video. And don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear.